last few videos, I mentioned that there's 2 different ways to combine files in Bluebeam depending on your preference. So the first way I walked through how I do it, how I combine files using the combine feature in Bluebeam, but there's also a Bluebeam stapler version. And that's where you use a Bluebeam stapler, and it's kind of a separate application than Bluebeam. So let's take a look. So how I go about is I actually have a folder where I want my drawings in. And then what I do is I actually go down to this search and search Bluebeam, and you're gonna look for stapler. So you're gonna look or you could just type in stapler, just go for stapler. And then bam, you see Bluebeam stapler 21. So click that and it actually opens up this completely separate Bluebeam situation. And I'm like, whoa, what the heck? So you can add files, you can drag and drop. Again, I'm a big fan of drag and drop because I feel like I'm more in control. When I start clicking add files, it puts me in some other folder and I gotta dig out of it. So I'm a big fan of prepping before I do this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna combine the mechanical drawings. So you're just gonna, select these, and then you're gonna basically click and drag these in here. If you have a lot, press Control A and it will grab all the files. So if I wanted all of these, Control A and drag. But I'm just gonna do 2, so I'm just gonna do these 2. Click and drag. Again, you can hold Control and select multiple if you wanna select them kind of at random. And then you'll see that I'm dragging this over. So I'm gonna drop this in here, and it asks you, okay, here's the files. You can reorder them if you'd like, or kill one, right? You can add more files. There's some other options. And then you can say 1 file output. So let's just call this combined. Make sure it's a PDF. And then output folder, you can pick your custom folder. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go to my custom folder. So I have a Bluebeam. And again, you have to do a lot of digging around, and I'm just gonna put them in here. So let's say I wanna put them in YouTube testing. Select folder, bam. Now press OK. You're not done, apparently. There's another, it's called like a job. These are called jobs where you staple them together. So you can see right here, I have a combined PDF, and this is what it's telling me. I'm putting all these in here. And then you can, again, you can reorder them if you want a specific order. So, or kill this file if you don't want it. You can also add more files, configure. In here, it's just some more detailed information you typically will not need that, but just sometimes it's nice to click all the buttons. Once you're satisfied, go ahead and press staple, and then it will open it up usually, and then bam, it's combined. Almost identical to how we combined it inside Bluebeam Revu. Personally, I think it's easier to use the combine feature in Bluebeam because you're not having to search for an outside application and thinking like, what was that application called? Oh yeah, that's right, it's stapler. And then, there's just a lot more clicking personally. But again, if you have a bunch of files, this might be easier, because if you try to open like 100 files in here, it's kind of hard to get them all combined together and ordered, where you could just use the stapler. It might be slightly easier. So in my mind, I think if I'm doing small batches, I'm gonna use the combine feature. If I'm doing big batches of lots of drawings, I'm gonna use the stapler. And I typically, what I'll do is I'll actually combine a discipline together, like all of mechanical, and then all of electrical, and then all of architectural. And then once those are combined, then I'll combine all those. So I take basically 100 documents and put them into 6 documents, and then I combine the 6 documents depending on what discipline they are. That to me feels more in control than trying to combine all of electrical, all of architectural all in one swoop. So I'll do it in 2 layers. And I know that sounds crazy, but I've messed up enough drawing sets to know that it's okay to go slow and combine all the architectural, all the mechanical, and then go and combine those documents together. So that's how I personally do it. At some point, I will do a whole video on that if that made no sense at all, but it's just my preferred method. So hopefully that clears up what the stapler is for and how to use it to combine drawings. I also have a whole Skillshare video series on a bunch of Bluebeam, like overlays and Bluebeam features, kind of like the stapler one. So I will link that below. You can do like a free trial. I think it's like 30 days. You go in, you take the class, you can cancel if you want, you can stay on there. So it's something really cool that you guys can check out if you're interested in learning more about Bluebeam, but I also have a bunch of free videos on this channel, so I will also link those below as well. So otherwise, I will see you guys next time.